What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today what I want to talk about very quickly is talking about an update of Nostalgix and Grand Archive on the Kickstarter website. So there are a lot of people, a lot of backers for both of these games, and there's a lot of money going into it. So in recent videos, we talked about MetaZoo and what they received versus what these two received. And when it first kicked off, a lot of people thought Nostalgix was going to blow Grand Archive away. And we're going to go ahead and break that down really quickly. And please drop in the comments and tell me what you're backing and what interests you. I do know, and I have mentioned, there are a bunch of other TCGs coming out. Some of their Kickstarters have not kicked off yet. Some really awesome ones, not just these, such as Maelstrom out there, right? So Akora is post Kickstarter. The boxes are coming out soon to the buyers that already ended. So right now, Nostalgix and Grand Archive are two big ones, right, that are currently going at it head to head for the most part. And I say that because the pledge amount is very similar to one another and they're going back and forth. When it first started, Nostalgix was blowing Grand Archive away, and right now Nostalgix is sitting at a total amount of $870,565 with 1,939 backers and 26 days to go. So that is quite a bit of money. Will it reach 900? Will it reach 1 million? Will it go past 1 million? We don't know, right? 26 days to go. But when you look at Grand Archive, you see the same exact thing. You see 26 days to go, which means they started around the same time. And currently Grand Archive actually has more money total than Nostalgix. They have $913,412, which it looks like they could break that $1 million barrier. Are they going to do it? Now, I have heard a lot of people talking pretty badly about Grand Archive. Now, I do not know if that's all true. A lot of their artwork, what I have seen thus far, is really, really nice. And they are starting to provide updates. So this game could roll out pretty successfully, right? So what I want to do next is just talk about some quick updates, their most recent updates. But before we do that, looking at the backer amount, we see 1,251 for Grand Archive, and we see 1,939 backers for Nostalgix. Now, there is about close to $40,000 to $50,000 less of Nostalgix with way more backers, which tells me maybe it's a lot of people actually interested in the cards and the playability, because that hasn't all been worked out yet for Grand Archive. And for it hasn't been worked out for Grand Archive. And maybe this is a lot of LGS places that are actually buying bulk orders to sell in the future. And that's just my guess. I do not know if that's true, but I would say so, being that there's so many less backers with Grand Archive currently, but there's way more money right now. So looking at the first update, and this is just showing like their progress and what they're talking about. So we have stretch goals. We already reached the $800,000 stretch goal for Nostalgix, which is a graphic novel. It looks really, really nice. But in 30,000 more, once we reach $900,000, every backer of Nostalgix will get this really nice silver Puppet Master Wrong Metal card with their backer number on it. If you do not know your backer number, you can look in your emails from when you first pledged to Nostalgix on Kickstarter, and it will give you your backer number, and you will get this really beautiful card. Now, this is not limited. This is only limited to the people that back this, right? But when you look at the gold one, there is only going to be 1,000 of these for $7. It's a gold card. Same thing, except it's very limited to 1,000. These will sell very quickly. So that means if you know Nostalgix reaches $900,000, everybody will get a silver card, and the fastest people to check out a gold one will receive the gold one. Now, going down to $1 million stretch goal, I only want to hit this really quickly because whether to hit 1 million or not, this just shows where Zaba and where his mind frame is at, like where he wants to take Nostalgix. And this is really, really awesome. It's talking about kind of like the metaverse. You have VR, MetaQuest VR, mobile desktop players. And basically what he's saying is a long-term goal of his for Nostalgix is to make a digital version of Nostalgix that grows in parallel with the physical card game. Each would contain their own collectibles, and a digital would allow cross-play between MetaQuest VR, mobile, and desktop players. And the budget to pull this off is vast, but we're talking $250,000 to $750,000 vast monthly upkeep fees in a ballpark of $10,000. At $2 million in backing, we could begin to allocate resources to this project. Now, even if he doesn't do this during a Kickstarter, I think this is very awesome for the game. I think metaverse is the future. VR is only expanding. So to have a parallel digital universe for Nostalgix is very bullish. I really do like this. And it says Nostalgix World Championships in 2022. That is next year. So big ups to Nostalgix. I love it. I am a backer, and I do look forward to this game. Now, moving on to Grand Archive. What a lot of people said about Grand Archive was there was no playability yet. There was no, the card art is not done. So what they have done is they have doodle art submissions where people can get involved, and the better the doodle art is, it doesn't have to be perfect. People can win really beautiful cards. And there are winners almost on a weekly basis for this. Now, what they have done is something called print and play. This is not new to the TCG world. Basically, you can click on a Lorraine starter deck PMP, print and play, or Rise starter deck PMP. So if you click on one, what's going to come up is the instructions, the deck introduction, the gameplay tips, talking about the champions, the ally, actions, regalia, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can look at some of the cards and you can basically print these out. And if you look at the artwork, Grand Archive is killing it. Regardless if people like it or not, the artwork is phenomenal. I really love the artwork of Lorraine, the Spirit of Wind. You have the Clarence Sword of Peace. It is so nice. Now you see this really weird looking artwork right here. Now, just to let y'all know, this is not Grand Archive's final artwork. This is the doodle pieces that you can print and play with, but this is only a placeholder until the beautiful artwork is done. So this will not be in the decks when it comes out, which is quite funny. When I first saw this, I had no clue if this was the actual artwork for Grand Archive or not, and I was about to jump ship. I said, this isn't for me. But yeah, so you can look through this and you can print these out and you can play with your friends and see if you actually like the game. So this artwork is really nice. I like what I see so far. And Grand Archive looks nice. So once again, like I said, I'm not only into Grand Archive and Nostalgix, I am into a bunch of TCGs. I'm trying not to spread myself too thin because there are a lot of dead TCGs and you don't know what's going to last. You don't know what's going to survive. You don't know what's going to die in the first few months or the first few years. So whatever you do, enjoy it, right? Don't throw all of your money, all of your thousands of dollars and savings into these TCGs. Buy what you can afford, what you want to invest in, if that's what you choose to do, and then put some money towards something you can afford. It is Christmas season. The holidays are coming up. I know money is tight. We're spending on family and loved ones. So just put what you can afford. And like I said, drop in the comments, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about these two TCGs right here. What do you think about their future? If you hate it, that's fine. If you love it, tell me why you love it. And don't forget, I'm still doing that giveaway at 500 subscribers. That will be the 2 Nightfall event boxes as well as the 2 blister packs going to 2 individuals. So each individual will get the blister pack and a release event box from Nightfall. And I look forward to talking to y'all very soon, and I'll see y'all later.